Yeah, this your girl Sasha Go Hard. Big shout outs to RedEye. I love you guys and thank you so much for having me here. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Chicago, born and raised in Chicago, the low end to be exact. I've been rapping for about 3 or 4 years. Last year was my first time actually recording and doing my first video, and that made me pop.
Gotcha. What was it that made you suddenly record seriously? What was the moment where you went from kind of just making raps for yourself to deciding you want to do this seriously?
Like back then, I used to just rhyme and rap, but still go hard at the same time with it. And people just started telling me like, you was raw, like you raw for real. I'm like, I don't know, like how could I? Like, what's my next step with it? I'm like, go to the studio. I'm like, cause back then I wasn't really into the studio and stuff. I was just rhyming and rapping and stuff. So when somebody told me like, go to the studio, go record it, get you an instrumental, like somebody told me to rap out one Gucci Mane instrument. They like, take this beat, rap out this song. I'm like, y'all crazy, but then that just made me go to the studio, and after that I just felt the talent I had and started realizing that everybody's right about me going hard and knowing how to rap. And after that, I just kept going with it.
That's cool. Where did you go into the studio? Who were you working with at that point?
The first time, my first time recording, I recorded with D Games. I thought I was gonna be scared cause in grammar school I used to talk on the mics and stuff, like get on the stage in school. And I hated my voice, like, what? I don't like my voice. And then when I recorded the games, I wasn't scared or nothing. So I was happy. I'm like, I'm in the studio.
You felt more confident being in the studio than being on stage.
Yes, I was real comfortable and, calm. I was happy about it.
Do you like your voice more now?
Yes, I love my voice. Like, listen to my voice on my songs, like, ain't my voice sexy?
I feel like you do this thing a lot where you'll really accentuate certain words, like on I forget what the name of the song is, but you go like, I'll thump her, stump her, bump her, like the way you enunciate really hard. Is that like just the way you talk, or do you kind of think that through when you're rapping?
I think it through.
That all the vocal cadence and stuff.
Yeah, I think it through. I mean, like, you talking about like how I say it or what I say? Like just how I say it.
Yeah,
like,
how do you say it?
With thump her.
Yeah. But like if I just asked you to say that right now, that's the way you would talk.
Yeah.
How do you write your songs? What is your method? Do you freestyle? Do you write stuff down on your phone?
I don't freestyle.
Hook first.
I don't freestyle at all. I write everything, but sometimes I be in my room or somewhere, and then I just come up with like 1 or 2 bars, like freestyle in my head, 1 or 2 bars, and then I just finish it writing. But most of the time, like I hear a beat first, and then I'll start writing. But that's how.
And who are you working with now? Like if you go into the studio and record, who are producers you're working with? What studios are you recording at?
Right now, I'm just recording different places. Like I don't have a certain studio I go to yet. And the producers I'm working with, I'm finna start working with Young Chop. I'm finna start back working with him. And I be linking up with this guy in Atlanta. He produced mostly, not all of them, but most of my tracks on my Do You Know Who I Am mixtape. So he's from Atlanta. We never met up, but I love his beats and I want to meet him.
Who's that?
His name Absolute P. Yeah, he cool and his beats different. Like they real different and they nice. Like I love them.
I feel like you do have a really distinctive style. Do you have any kind of like style inspirations, or where does that come from?
I don't know. Like everything I do, I get it from myself. Like my tattoos, my first time getting a tattoo, I'm like, I'm finna get some more. Then when I got some more, I'm like, I'm finna get some more. I just like how they look, and I just like to be different.
What was the first tattoo you got?
My first tattoo on my back is my nickname, Yee. It was something young.
Gotcha. What's your favorite tattoo?
I got so many. My favorite tattoo right now is, I gotta say this cupcake with ice cream and
nice.
I just got it too.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of a uniquely feminine thing.
Yeah.
Like, probably not a lot of guys would get the cupcake with the bow
right.
on it tatted. Do you think it's important to project kind of a feminine style as a rapper? Is that part of your image?
Yes, especially being a female rapper, because to me, a lot of female rappers don't get the attention that they deserve. And me being myself, like, I gotta glow, I gotta stand out compared to all the other ones. So that's why I just see me. I got on a light blue dress. I'm sorry, vest with dark shorts. I just like to be different.
Yeah, as far as like being a female rapper in the sort of rap movement that you're in, a lot of the lyrically it can be a lot about like, violent, a little more violent stuff. It'll be like about drilling or whatever.
Right.
Do you see your own music fitting into that, or as an answer to that? How does that fit into that really like, masculine, aggressive energy?
I mean, not so much with the drilling, because I don't really talk a lot of drill stuff in my music, but just going hard, like pop, like when I rap, just pop. So everybody when they hear it, it can just crack like, dang, that's cold, but just going hard. And me, like when I write and talk, I talk real life stuff most of the time, and I know people go through the same stuff or can relate to it, so that's why I talk some of the stuff I talk.
Yeah, like with relationships or whatever. Where does that come from?
I had a broken heart before, a bad broken heart, but that came from my past and stuff I went through with friends, boyfriends, all that, life period.
Well, speaking of the tattoos, you talk about wanting a guy who's like really, tatted up, right?
Yeah.
And got dreads. And what's the appeal of that look? What does that say to you?
I mean, tattoos it's sexy to me. It just pop. Like, them tattoos look decent. I don't know, it's just catchy. But I mean, that's not only what I want.
I'm just asking about
okay.
it. The tattoos, it seems like an important theme.
Yeah.
As far as being a female rapper, there is a good kind of scene of other female rappers coming up in Chicago right now.
Yeah.
Katie Got Bands and Chinchilla Meek. Yourself, do you think that is kind of a unified movement with all of you together, or are you all kind of doing your own thing?
I mean, I think, to be honest, we doing our own thing. We not into it, or we don't beef. We just, stay in our lane. Because I know I stay in my lane. I rock with them. I rock with everybody who doing something, especially females, because I'm a female. And I know, like, how it goes, being a female rapper. So I salute them all. But, I think we just doing our own thing.
Are there specific difficulties that you encounter being a female rapper, you think? Because are there sort of unique challenges to that? Expectations?
Yes, it's a lot of challenges and things I go through being a female rapper.
Such as?
Having to deal with guys, wanting something in order for me to get something from them. And then, like, it be hard. Like, people, especially now, like, it's like everybody somebody working with certain people like favoritism, jealousy. It's crazy, but you know, like I still grind. I still climbing them without people help who not trying to help me. But yeah, I go through a lot. Guys want to talk to me. Me wanting studio time, but I got to talk to this person to get it. It's crazy.
You think they kind of they kind of like sexualize you in a way?
100%. It's crazy, but I don't know.
You're whatever about it. You're flipping it.
Because like I said, it's crazy. I feel like it shouldn't be like that just when I'm a female, but it don't seem like they gonna change. So I still, grind. It's people out there that, rocking with me for real. Guys that just like, man, Sasha, you go hard, I'm gonna help you. It's people out there like that.
Yeah, like someone like D Gaines.
Yeah, like D Gaines. Young Chop, he don't be on there with me, he cool. Yeah, it's a couple of people.
Coming up in like the low end or whatever, people might have expectations that that's kind of a dangerous neighborhood. Like, do you feel that way at all? Like, and does that, you said you don't really rap about it as much. Do you think that influences your music at all?
Not at all.
No.
Because some people make it seem like the low end is just terrible. And it's not the low end, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's how that goes. It's everywhere, violence, violence.
Yeah, and does that concern you at all, or?
No, not, and it's not because I grew up on the low end. It's just now in life, I got in my man like, what's this and what's that, and what could happen, where not to go. And plus, I don't involve myself with violence or places that I know bad and stuff like that.
Yeah. So what do you see for the future of Sasha? You just put out a mixtape on Monday.
Yes.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
What do you see as the future of Sasha Go Hard, and how does that maybe relate to the future of Chicago hip hop in general?
I see myself a big star from Chicago soon, and I just see me blowing up, meeting new people, touching people with my music, and just doing my thing.
So at this point, are you rapping full time? Have you had any like jobs, or are you in school? Were you in school?
Nah, I work right now. I work. I'm not gonna say where.
Yeah, you don't want people coming to your job.
Man, people be coming to my job, but like, ain't you Sasha Go Hard? Oh no, I ain't her.
Really?
Like,
you have to play it off. You're like, no, she's my sister.
Yeah, I be telling people like, but I know who you're talking about. Everybody tell me I look like her. And they got me out of a lot of stuff.
That's
like,
funny.
oh, I swear to God, you look dressed like Sasha Go Hard like that. But yeah, I work part time, and rapping is so important to me that like if I ain't doing none of that work, I'll be writing songs.
Right.
So I work and I rap.
Gotcha. Where did you go to school and stuff?
I went to Diet High School. It's on 51st in St. Lawrence. I went there my whole 4 years. I met a couple of people that I love there. I love the high school. I miss it. I wish I could go back one day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I went to high school at.
Cool. Alright, and where does the name Sasha Go Hard come from? Because Sasha's not your real name.
Yeah, Sasha came from, it's crazy, because Sasha came from Sasha Fierce. My uncle used to call me Sasha Fierce when Beyonce first came out with Sasha Fierce, because how I act and how I dress and just my image. And then when I first went to the studio, it was, Chief Keef and SD, all of them was in the studio. And SD came in the booth for me when I first recorded. And when I got done with my song, What We Do, he was like, man, you go hard, you just went crazy. So I took Sasha and put Go Hard together, and that's why I came with Sasha Go Hard at.
Cool.